Kennon from the Fortner Brothers, and I'm excited to share y'all a little Bible study with y'all. I hope y'all have y'all's Bibles, and if you do, please turn over to 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and be ready to turn over to 1 Chronicles a little later, because we're going to go back to both of those passages, and that's what I'm going to use for today's Bible study. And in 2 Corinthians 12, come to verse 7 with me, and it says, "And lest I should be exalted above measure by the abundance of their revelations, a thorn in the flesh was given to me, a messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I be exalted above measure. Concerning this thing, I pleaded with the Lord 3 times that it might depart from me. And he said to me, My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, most gladly, I will rather boast in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in needs, in persecutions, in distress, for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, he is strong." So what it's saying in that verse right there is Paul was given a thorn in his side. And he pleaded with the Lord not once, not twice, but he pleaded with the Lord 3 times that he should take this thorn out. And then the Lord said that his grace is sufficient. He said that his grace was sufficient and that he was made perfect through the weakness. And so what he's saying there is that sometimes you're going to have to go through trials. Sometimes you're going to have to go through things that you don't want to go through. And sometimes you'll ask the Lord and he'll say no. And a lot of times Christians get the wrong concept of when the Lord says no to you, that you might have done something wrong or you've not prayed hard enough. But sometimes that's not just the case. Because even a man after God's own heart, that's where I'm going to 2 Chronicles, he asked to build the Lord a temple. And then this was what he says here. "But God said to me, You shall not build a house for my name, because you have been a man of war and have shed blood. However, the Lord God of Israel chose me to build a house of my father to be king over Israel forever. He has chosen Judah to be the ruler, and of the house of Judah, the house of my father, and among the sons of my father, he was pleased with me to make me king over all Israel." So, in this passage, David wanted to build a temple for the Lord. And he said, no, you're not going to be the one to build a temple. Your son's going to be the one to build the temple, because you have done so. He said, you've done it in my name, but you've killed so many people that it just won't be clean. And so the Lord, he then gave him the ability to make him a temple. He gave him another way. And sometimes that's what the Lord will do. He'll give you another way that you might not think is right, but it's what God's plan is. And sometimes you might not know the reason. God might not make the reason known to you, but we still have to trust in the Lord that his way is always the best way. And our way really won't cut it. Because when I try to do things Kennon's way, when I try to do things my own way, it never plans out. And I'll always have to go and turn back to the Lord. Because he is the one that has the true plan, and that he has the goal at the end. He knows how it all ends. And so that was my Bible study for today. It was a little short, but I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all got something from it. Just remember to trust in the Lord no matter what. Even if he says no. Because sometimes he'll say yes, and that no won't be because you've done anything wrong. Because even the best people, like Paul and David, they were given no answers of no. So just remember to trust in the Lord, even through the darkest times, even though God might say no to your thing, or maybe even wait. So that's my encouragement for y'all today. I hope y'all have a great Wednesday afternoon, or whenever you're watching it. So I hope you have a good rest of your night. I'll see y'all later.